good for him. Yeah, and he's part of the team, so yung higher trust rating siya redounds to, diba, the whole team also. I mean, if I'd have some concern if he were presenting completely opposite views on the various issues, but he has been very supportive. So if he's being he garners all these positive figures, then that redounds to, diba, in effect, appraisal for the whole team, not just for him.
May pinatatanong po yung Migrant Heritage Commission na isend lang sa akin sa email. Ang sabi nila, ganun to po ang effort ng government doon sa local industry at saka yung pag-promote po ng science and research kaysa sa mag-rely po tayo sa export labor.
I'm sorry, can you clarify the question, Ray?
Ano daw po ang effort ng ating gobyerno hinggil po doon sa local industry development ng local industry, gano'ng kabilis daw po, plus yung science and promotion ng research, instead na nagre-rely po tayo sa export ng labor.
Yung gandang pagkatanong na, we're actually lobbying yung IBM to set up the research and development facility in the Philippines. They have something like 12,000 employees right now. They understand that they will be growing that. They're convincing a Filipino expatriate who's in Singapore to head that R&D facility in the Philippines. And pag sinabi mo R&D, it's IBM. No? It's at basic science. Parang all of the higher levels when it comes to IT. Okay, that's one. Of course, there's a personal dream of mine to expand the Philippine science system. The only constraint is when we checked it out, something like, to send a student through the UP system will cost us about 34,000 pesos per year yata. Okay. You send a high school student through the Philippine Science High School system, it's 78,000. So yung college is less than half ng high schools of Philippine Science. But that is, their products are, the products of the Philippine Science High School system are really, really excellent. No? And once we get enough resources to be able to expand it, then we will. Yung Science and Technology and the Department of Science and Technology is spearheading the efforts. As I already mentioned, we need the light rail systems. Kung kailangan mag-relocation, yun ang practical means of ensuring that there is viability of the relocation site vis-a-vis availability of jobs. So, in-announce na naman sa inyo, di ba, na we'll be running tests on this monorail system in land owned by UP in Quezon City. Aabot sila 100K na speed test. I asked them to do yung test to destruction just to see the limits of the system. If that happens and they bring it in at a lower cost, then we can expand the light rail system faster and longer. So, sana nag-attend kayo meron silang, sa mga punta, MOA yata in demonstration of all the, yung DOST. What was it called? Because they were demonstrating so many items. So amongst them, yung enhanced or fortified na food, like sa rice. Yung sensors na pinagkakabit na for disaster risk mitigation, be it flood, be it landslides. There's funding already happening for the computer modeling, mathematical model for predicting landslides. Yung law that increases, proposed measure, there's a proposed law that increases the penalties for people who steal the sensing equipment. Yung nasa tabi ng bulkan, minimeasure sa earthquake, bakal siya, binenta per kilo. Yung flood sensor sa mga rivers, remote areas, may nakakita, bibenta na per kilo. So meron sila nag-spearhead rin na magkaroon tayo ng batas na magtataas ng penalties pag ninakaw mo yung mga equipment na magdadagdag sana ng lead time para pag-alis ng ating mga kababayan mula sa mga mapanganib na lugar. So, wala naman sila nireklamo tungkol doon sa funding support. Nadagdagan na natin. May recognition din ng mga national scientists. Si Dr. Fed Del Mundo, binigyan natin ng state honors ka. And a further award, before she passed away. um, I'm very confident that with Mario Montejo at the helm, so many of our scientists that have so many good ideas are getting a chance to prove their theories, to actually run pilot programs, and then once proven, then go on large scale. Yung mosquito trap na I think contributed to the reduction in the dengue cases, in deployment na nagpe-prevent lang ng more massive deployment are our procurement laws. Parang there's a truism na pag may mag-announce ka ng bidding, 90 days bago actually magkakaroon ng bidding and awarding. Yan ang nagpapabawas ng effectivity. So they're working on that also.
Based na sabi po silang pwedeng pagkunan po ng funding support kung mawala raw po yung automatic appropriation act na 15%.
Wala dito si Butch ngayon. Pero I'm sure there is funding kahit hindi ko dapat may increase or may access dun sa other funds. And I have a control, for instance, of the PSF. Tapos yung savings, we can also add to them. But they're asking for minimum parang additions, no, to what funding they already have. They're just striving for more efficiency, like every other agency of government. Pero can I just react, for instance, may nabasa ako doon sa news capsules, may nagre-reklamo sa isang state university, binawasan raw. And it's in Metro Manila. And ang true nun, yung mga systems are actually prioritized. So, hindi ho nadagdagan kung compare yung 2010 na outlay versus yung 2011 outlay rather and the 2012 proposed. Makiklaro yung increase doon sa 2012. Hindi lang nga natin alam kung saan nila sinasabi na bawasan sila. Okay. So, parang gano'n dumadami abilities natin to be able to fund more and more. And like any other entity, yung success raw has many fathers and failures are an orphan. No? So, those who are performing well are getting the necessary support. Those who have not yet explained exactly where they utilized previous resources handed them will have a curtailment until they resolve it.
May problema tayo sa Maynila regarding dun sa pamamaril ng 13 years old na bata. So, sa tingin nyo, napapanahon na amendahan yung Juvenile Justice Act?
Wala akong kadeta-detalye dyan. Kailan nangyari ito?
I think kahapon yata. O,
Yeah,
isang araw. Ha? Sa mall. Oo.
Parang may namaril na. Nag-aaway sila, may baril yung isa.
Mga bata yung tinamaan.
Sino bumaril kanina?
Yung lover niya sa na bata rin, na teenager.
13 years old.
13.
Para ito, parehas lalaki. Sino namaril
Si
kanina?
Papa ayos sa...
Yung dress na niya sir Marel. I think lovers 17.
Well, actually, dinidiscuss namin kanina ni Secretary Dinky, nandito siya ngayon, in juvenile justice. May misconception, first of all, na lahat ng below 18 will not get para a trial. The cutoff is 16. 16, you have to undergo trial also. Now, in below that, goes under their auspices. They have 13 centers, parang tatawagin natin, in effect, juvenile hall. But there is increased funding, no, to add more of these centers. And they are supposed to be in these facilities until they exhibit yung changes in behavior. Ngayon, nung unang in-implement yung batas na Cocote facilities. Pero, kung yung namaril 13, pupunta dyan sa facilities yan, siyempre may psychological evaluation. Tapos mag-map out ang treatment, no, as to how to make him no longer a threat to society.